read, it did not pay off.
Yeah, and it harkens back to the idea of like you have to kind of respect the damage that Armorage can put out there, right? Because if you're looking at this indeed, it's got Trick Room, Helping Hand, Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam. None of those on their own are really scary, but when you're pairing up with something like that Armorage, you really have to understand that the Armorage is probably what's going to be knocking out your Pokemon, and so just kind of ignoring that is to your detriment, as we see here, because the Iron Bundle is coming out into play. Brandon Davis still has access to his Terrestrialization, so you know, a little bit less worrisome here. And now you've got super effective attacks for days that you could go against the King Gambit and the Iron Bundle.
And depending on what this Iron Bundle goes for Brandon Tuchtenhagen, you know, if you see the Translation come out, you can easily a Freeze Dry Bait, but I think Hydro Pump is more likely because of that speed booster. And no more redirection actually puts this Armorage in a very dangerous spot because of that those defenses drops. But no, oh, Icy Wind missed the Sandy Shocks.
Oof, that is just rough mentally to have to see, right? So Sandy Shock's not going to take any damage. Armorage is going to get that -1 to its speed as well, but Sandy Shock's able to go for the Earth Power into the King Gambit, is able to pick up the knockout on this turn, was unable to do so last time. And so now, you know, it's just this Iron, I think Armorage goes for the Expanding Force. It would have been into, yeah, this Iron Bundle is also just going to get knocked out. So really just that turn 1 was just such a big, like, that turn actually really, if you're thinking about it, is like a turn 0, right? Because the minute you lead in DD Armorage, right, there's something you're saying to your opponent, and if your opponent is not respecting the sort of plays that you can do, then you're in a lot of trouble. And I think the Armorage is the Pokemon that you were supposed to kind of focus down on here.
Yeah, but quick 2-0 there for Brandon Davis, favorable him. That's really just crazy because I mean, I do understand why you would try to read the Armorage Protect, but like at the same time, did it really make sense to think that the Armorage was protecting that turn if it potentially got a 1-hit KO on that Fluttermane or to your own King Gambit?
I mean, part of it is that you also are unsure of how the potential CB tiers will go here, right? Because we're used to really seeing the NDD Armorage maybe set up a Trick Room and go from there. So maybe if you're trying to stop the NDD from going for that Trick Room, I can understand that sort of like thought process, because then you're in a better position to deal with the Armorage. But I also think that maybe trying to split the damage might have been a little bit better there too, because if you're looking at Brandon's team, it's just all like gas there. Like you have to make sure that those moves don't get into your Pokemon, especially when you're leading something with the Armorage, which can do just a lot of damage to things that you've got, especially when you're looking at that game 1 that Brandon Davis was playing. He was just all aggression from the get-go, right? And I think going into game 2, Brandon T should have maybe respected that just a little bit more from the way that that his opponent was playing. Yeah,
because even in a worst case scenario, if indeed he just goes for the Follow Me, you at least know that the damage was redirected and there was nothing you could have done there, but it probably should have been better respected. You know, I understand trying to stop Trick Room, but Trick Room would have benefited the King Gambit, if I'm going to be really honest.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, right, like that's how the battles go sometimes. And Sandy Shocks and Armorage were taking names and no prisoners, but that's the end for us for round 4, which is great because that means I get to eat the rest of my pizza that I didn't get to eat. And we will see you all for the final Swiss round in just a little bit.